Yeah, just put it on the side. It's going to be on the side as well.
Yeah. Hey, there we go.
Hey, Karska.
You want a couch?
Soon, yeah. I'll come soon.
Okay. All right. So, hello, everyone. My name is SluckySeven. This is Bomberman 64. And this is going to be the any percent category. All right. 3, 2, 1, go. We're going to do a bit of a tactical reset at the start, and it's going to skip the cutscene at the start. All right. So they crammed the entire tutorial into this 6 text boxes right here. And then we're pretty much never going to see a text box explaining anything to us ever again. So there's only a couple of them in the whole run, but that was the first bomb boost you'll see. So pretty much when you're in the landing animation, you can't activate any cutscene triggers. So like that landing animation right there. So knocking a bomb on our head allows us to skip that animation. Saves a little time. So there's 4 different worlds that we have to complete in order to go to the last world. And each kind of has their own gimmick. For this first world, which is Green Garden, they have to basically, it involves getting to all these crystals. And for this first stage, in order to get to the crystal, we have to unlock it, basically, take down the barrier. Yeah, first couple stages are pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and then as we go farther on, it's going to get a little bit more crazy. So next stage is, so every world is categorized into, has 4 levels basically. And the first and third levels are actual levels, and in between they're bosses. This could be the first mini bosses. All the mini bosses can be killed in less than 5 seconds. just like that. So pretty much all the mini-bosses have AI that's easily manipulated by how your character moves. And Sirius, for example, doesn't move at all until you move, allowing you to knock him unconscious and just throw him over the edge. So same thing as the first stage. We're trying to collect the crystal. Except we got this annoying little dolphin unicorn thing. I don't even know what it is. He tries to move it around on us.
Hey, Kari, yay. Hey everyone, Slucky asked me to join his run. I know nothing about this game, but I can be hyped about the next Bomberman on Switch, so I can tell you about that. That's all I can do.
Might actually have a good Bomberman game again for once.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do, this is going to be the first example of a despawn. So I'm going to do that weird movement I just did, cause an enemy to load on the close side of the screen. And right here, there's supposed to be a totem that spawned that would get in the way of the bomb, opening up the dragon head. Since we caused something else to spawn, that totem couldn't spawn, and allows us to get that bomb through. And this is the first time you'll see remote bombs. Remote bombs are a little bit different. Instead of being on a fuse that blows up over time, we control with the Z button when it explodes. You'll also notice earlier when I blew up those 2 blocks, I picked up a couple power-ups. The bomb-type power-ups increases the quantity that you can have at one time on the field, and the fire ones increase the radius of the blast. For this category, it's ideal to have 1 quantity upgrade and 2 radius upgrade.
Are the upgrades same as in SNES versions?
Yeah, pretty much.
So like bigger, more bombs, bigger flames, remote bombs. You can throw the bombs, you know.
Yeah.
Stuff. Yeah.
Throwing bombs is something that you start with, though. Same with kicking bombs.
Oh. When you have time, do you want to explain like why did you start running this game? What is the hardest thing in this game and such?
So we actually will have time to kill this next boss. So this is the first one of the big 4 bosses, basically. His name is Draco, and he's a dragon. He's 3 different attacks he can give me, and I want one of them. If he doesn't give it to me, then it's going to be a little bit slower of a fight. In the meantime, though, I picked up this game in 2013. It was my very first speed game, and it's really easy to learn, and it's a lot of fun. But it's one of those runs that the more you play it, the more tech you learn, the more things that get found, and it just gets like more intense and more intense. So it's kind of one of those like examples of a easy to learn, hard to master game.
Yeah.
Okay, so he gave me 3 bites. He has 2 other attacks he can do. Bites are okay. I'm okay with bites. It's a little bit slower than it could be. But he could also do a move where he flies way, way back and then goes and dies underneath the stage. And it's really slow and takes a long time. And that's the entirety of Green Guard.
Oh, this is like from classic SNES game. The like overworld.
Yeah. So this is Blue Resort. Has some of the best music in the game. We're going to grab 1 more radius. And then this is the first example that you're going to see about bomb jumps. Basically, we use bomb jumps, and we're going to skip pretty much the entire level. So the gimmick for Blue Resort is you're supposed to lower all the water level, and it allows you to go into like this area up here that you can't see because I'm pointing over here. And you collect certain power-ups, like you're supposed to get red bombs to blow up this gate right here in front of me. But utilizing bomb jumps, we can just skip that. And because of that, the 2 Blue Resort levels are 2 of the shortest levels in the game.
Have you discovered yourself any of the techs used in this game?
I have found a couple of small optimizations, but besides that, most of the routing has been done by some far-off earlier runners. One of the biggest contributors is a guy named Foot Big Mike. He's a pretty awesome dude. So yeah, nothing super crazy here. We're just gonna throw another boss over the side.
That's that.
That's it. All the mini bosses, it's insta kill if you get them over the edge. Typically, it's pretty hard, but since you can manipulate the AI, you can pick them off and throw them pretty easy. This is one of the coolest stages in the game. It's also a tad difficult.
Are the item drops RNG or?
They are, but it's pretty easy. Like the only requirement is I need one quantity upgrade, and not getting one is very unlikely to get so many opportunities. That didn't look right. So for bomb jumps, they're really precise. You want to be in a specific spot in order to bounce correctly. Okay, I missed that. That's fine. So pretty much what you're supposed to do is this. You see this staircase that is down. You're supposed to go down, lower the water level, go down there, and blow the like the staircase or the water level back, so it raises up the staircase. But we're just gonna bomb jump up. That's too far back. There we go.
Nice.
And even though the arrow's not there, the cutscene, the trigger for the end of the stage still exists. So if you land on the spot, it'll activate it. And that's true for, I think, all of them in the game.
That was actually a really cool trick.
Yeah, like I said, Blue 3 is really, really cool. This is Fish. No one likes Fish. I want him to do one attack, and he probably won't do it. Basically, he has 4 hearts. I can take 2 of them out with one attack if he does a specific attack at me. And to get the fastest cycle, I want to do damage to him, but not blow up the knocker that's in front of his face. Okay, so I did damage to it. If you hit the knocker twice, it burns it, and he won't use the attack I want him to. So now I have to just sort of wait. Hopefully he'll do it. Okay, he does. So you throw a bomb in his mouth, it explodes and takes out 2 hearts. Now I still don't want to blow up the knocker, because he's not quite dead yet. And I want to. He has 3 different attacks he can do, and I don't want him to do one of them. You'll notice a trend here with the big bosses. They all have one big attack that is kind of like a big time waster. So yeah, pretty quick and easy.
How many active players there are currently for this game?
Right now, there's actually a lot of active runners. The community is starting to build up a lot. We have a really, really cool community for this game. Everyone's pretty awesome. We have a Discord, everyone's in it, and we try to help out as much as we can new runners learn the game. We also do races on most Fridays. We're starting to come back with that again, Friday night races.
If there is anyone on the chat who has the Discord link, I don't mind you to post it or give it to any moderator and they can post it on the chat.
So we're going to have another despawn coming up. We're going to walk in a specific pattern to keep one of these big spike dudes like this guy right here. We're going to walk a certain line. And one would spawn right here where I'm standing. It keeps you from going up that staircase. But since we walked the pattern we did, he didn't spawn. So the gimmick for Red Mountain is pretty much random fireballs drop from the sky. Luckily, though, because of how they spawn in from a certain radius from where Bomberman is, it's very, very unlikely that you'll actually get hit by one while speedrunning the game. I say very unlikely because it has happened before. All right, this one, this is Orion. Orion can be a little tricky with his AI. Very rarely he can just do whatever he wants and not go along with the pattern I want him to. And the quick kill itself is actually pretty tough. Yeah, exactly. He just does whatever he wants. So let's kill him the old-fashioned way. So I can actually use this to my advantage. And I wanted to get a heart later in the level. But since he decided he didn't want to die quickly, we were able to get one here. So that actually doesn't lose a lot of time.
This seems really optimized. Like, I had zero idea of this run. I just watched like a few clips every now and then. But I had zero idea that this is so optimized.
Yeah, it really is, because it's like the movement's really simple. You move in 8 directions and you place bombs. So the basic idea is it's pretty straightforward. But the optimization's because of that, what you can do with bombs and how ridiculous it gets. If you're into task videos at all, tool-assisted speedruns, which is basically... how would you describe task videos? It's not really like a computer running, but it's like a set up like inputs, basically. Perfected like run, basically, what it could be. If you ever watch a task, one of the greatest tasks I think that has ever been made is the 100% task of this game. It has some of the craziest things you will ever see in a speedrun. And it's all involving bomb jumps.
So if you have time, can you like tell all the categories, well, the main categories, and what's the difference? So
for Bomberman 64, there's 4 primary categories. There's any % hard, any % normal. And alongside those, there's 120 cards, which is run on normal, where you collect... so you'll see at the end of each stage, I got a gold card for completing the level in a certain amount of time. Each stage in the entire game has 5. And collecting them all in the game is 120 cards, so it's kind of like 120 stars in Super Mario 64, I guess. And then there's also 100%. 100% also includes costume pieces that you get from multiplayer. You find in adventure mode. Yeah. And also requires you to play on hard mode, because some of them are only in hard mode. Okay, so this is the attack I didn't want Hades to do. I want him to spin like a ballerina, so let's see if he does it. There we go. If I get hit by these fists, it's an insta-kill, but they're painfully slow and pretty easy to avoid. And he's done. Oh yeah, so Orion didn't actually die earlier. He's piloting Hades. All right, so we're heading to the 4th world, which is White Mountain. So the gimmick here is actually different from both the first and the third one, and for the first stage...
Ice World, oh god.
Yeah, well, we start with snow. We're not quite at ice yet.
Oh yeah.
So this is just a windy stage. You'll see coming up. So I'm going to line up to a certain spot on the wall, which right here, which will position me for that bomb jump. If I'm too far forward, I won't bounce up correctly. And if I'm too far back, I won't hit the bomb behind me and bounce forward. So it's a lot of these bomb jumps are actually pretty precise. So yeah, the wind blows and it sort of blows you back, keeps you from going up the mountain. I'm going to use it to my advantage here and just hold in a direction. And it blows me right onto the bridge where I need to be. So I need this big bomb for this top of this ridge. You can't, if you're walking up a slope, you can't pick up a bomb in the air. So you're required to do it earlier on. Oops.
It's cool.
Lost our heart.
It's cool. Is there like a virtual console version of this game?
There is not. I kind of wish there was. I know one of the runners, Footbig Mike, was playing around with the idea of trying to do a wad inject. There we go. Okay. We got lucky. There's a rabbit right here, so I don't have to get a heart later. Cool. Unfortunately, it didn't work, though, so there is currently no VC. This is the one version. It doesn't even emulate well either, to be honest.
Is there like NTSC version viable, or only the Japanese?
So actually, yeah, I didn't talk about version differences. So if you have an English version of this game and you want to run it, you can do it. The only difference between Japanese and English is when you hit the reset button and you have the intro screens where it says like the publisher and everyone, there's one extra screen on English. So it saves 2 seconds. Besides that, they're completely identical.
All right. Is this hard to get, like, I mean, is it the cartridge itself cheap?
The cards actually, yeah, it's pretty cheap. Both English and Japanese copies, they're not too bad. I can't think of prices off the top of my head because I bought mine quite a while ago.
But yeah, so it's easy to start actually running this game.
If you want to run this game, it's pretty easy to get. It's a fairly common cart. You can do English or Japanese.
Yeah, English as in NTSC. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually don't know about the PAL version at all, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever had anyone try to run the PAL version. For all I know, it could be exactly the same as well. I doubt it, though. Oh, yeah, so that was Regulus. I didn't even mention him. Regulus is kind of weird because he can be slightly random. I want him to charge at me so I can kick him off. And it's random how many bombs he kicks before he charges you. So yeah, ice level now, and we have ice physics.
Oh.
They're not too bad. 2 sections. This is the first one where you just literally walk straight across. You just hold it.
What was that angle? Like camera angle?
The camera angle that I had it at?
Yeah.
So you have free control over your camera in this game. And if I change my camera, it's for one of 2 different reasons. One, obviously, to change where I can see.
Yeah.
And the other is actually for optimization with lag.
Yeah.
You'll notice when I was on White Mountain, when I fell over to the side and then switched the camera behind me, walking up the mountain with the camera facing where it originally was causes a lot of lag because you can see over the entire side of the mountain.
Yeah.
You can see all the enemies are over there.
Yeah.
If enemies aren't in your field of view, the game still tracks them, so they're not entirely despawned. But it doesn't make them appear visually, so it saves on lag.
Yeah, so like same on GoldenEye, you know, you aim on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, that penguin on the start of this area right here, you can just hold right. On normal mode, he never moves fast enough to hit you, regardless of what direction he goes.
Okay.
This part's a little scary. He's got this skinny low bridge, and sometimes this penguin will get himself wedged up here in this little ice cone. Be a little scary.
By the way, if you have any questions on the chat with the runner, hit them so we have the chat in front of us, so I can ask them.
All right, this is Mantis. Mantis is a pretty straightforward boss. The only thing that really makes it difficult is, once again, we're dealing with ice physics. So what I'm going to try to do... All right, I got it. So in the middle of his doing the animation of knocking down the ice, you can get the last hit in before he actually falls, meaning that as soon as he hits the web, he dies.
That's that?
Yeah, that was the boss.
You make it look so easy. I thought there would be like second phase or something.
No, unfortunately. There's only 2 bosses in the entire game that have second phases. One of them you won't see in this category. Okay, so I collected the heart earlier, and this is going to be the stage where we use it. This is the only major glitch in the game, and I'm going to explain it as we go up. Using the heart, we can activate a glitch called ghost walking. Ghost walking is a really, really weird technique that effectively traps Bomberman in a state where he can't activate cutscenes. From a theory perspective, we think it's because it forces him into a state where the game thinks you're still in a landing animation, so you can't activate cutscenes. But we're not entirely sure.
There's a question. How long have you been doing Bomberman runs?
How long?
Yeah.
Since 2013, on and off. Oh my god. I got off on the cycle, so...
This is RNG?
No. Actually, the traffic is a complete pattern back and forth. I just missed up a bomb kick, so I had to remember where the pattern was. It's always going to be big bus left, little car right. Big bus right, little car left. Just back and forth, back and forth.
Is there any tutorials or guides, you know, to start with like any person?
One of the easiest ways to do is you can just watch the world record run. It's, you know, the typical. But if you wanted to see a tutorial, there's a couple of them out. It's a bit older, but Footbig Mike has a very long and very thorough tutorial on the game. So that's one you can check out. What I meant to do is kick that bomb, and since it's on a fuse, kick that bomb up, then kick it up to the right, allowing me to blow that out just a little bit faster.
It starts.
So this is ghost walking right here. So it looks like I'm not doing anything, but I skipped one cutscene trigger back there, and then one as I was going across the big logo. And then you can take yourself back out of it by picking up a bomb.
I'm sorry, by the way, for that.
Yeah, it's all right. It did mess me up, so I'm good.
Yeah. Gyms, by the way.
Gyms.
Yeah, gyms.
All right, so this is arguably one of the worst bosses in the entire game. This is Harvester. Harvester has a whole multitude of different attacks he can do.
I'm sorry.
This is one of them. Really, the only attack I'm really concerned about is if he... This is actually one I really want him to do, is the mortars, because it keeps him from moving. This is the one I don't want him to do, is the homing missiles, because they're obnoxious, and he just fires them constantly, and you have to focus on them, and you pretty much just have to stop whatever you're doing with this boss. And he's going to give me lots of them. Good news, though, is if I stay along the walls, it's pretty hard for them to hit me. Okay, cool.
I don't know if you people can hear on the stream, but they're shouting like next to us.
I apologize, guys. Hopefully it's not
So do we.
destroying the stream experience.
It's cool.
So this is probably my favorite level in the entire game. This is Trap Tower. Has some of the best music. It's also the longest in the speed run. Quite a few floors. I'm gonna line up specifically here, and I'm gonna skip having to do anything with the security pads there. I'm just gonna go straight to the elevator. So you get into this trend of these elevators are not activated, and you basically have to activate them. It's gonna raise security, and then you have to work your way back. Oh, he's in a bad spot. All right, let's do this. Cool. But once again, with bomb jumps, we're just gonna kind of cruise past them.
That's so freaking cool.
Also, I didn't mention it earlier, but you probably have noticed I'm able to stop my bombs from moving when I kick them. You can position them accordingly. There we go. All right, this is the worst floor in the game.
How come?
For a couple different reasons. So this skinny catwalk, you'll see it on the way back. And then also this laser hallway. After I hit the switch that I need to hit. Light myself up first. There we go. So this laser hallway, and the lasers are random. There's no set pattern to them, so you have to do a bomb jump to get over the side. And then you have the skinny hall. That's a game over, unfortunately, so I have to start the level over. But you have this skinny little ramp, and then these turret dudes, and you can't knock them unconscious and throw them off.
Yeah.
So you either have to kill them or walk past them, and that can be pretty scary.
Yeah.
They all just want attention, want to get in my way.
So are there like any stupid glitches you can do on tasks, but not on real life? Like,
you know, it's not so much glitches as it is optimizations. I'll give an example once so that worst floor in the game I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
There's a skip the task does there. I'll point it out when I get back up. It'll make a little more sense when I have it in view. It does some pretty obscene things. I might die. Yeah.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, some of the tricks in this game are pretty tricky. Go figure. And if you make a mistake, it can very commonly lead to your death. Oh, just barely made that. I had to chop my falling off that ledge a little short in order to hit that. Okay.
Do you think there is more glitches and, you know, skips to be found?
Oh yeah, I think there's still a lot of potential in this game. It's like the problem is we haven't laid out the woodwork. The only thing we found is ghost walking, so we have nothing really to build off of at this point. Also, it's actually a really well programmed game overall. So finding the exploits is a little difficult. Okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier. You see over to my right, that elevator? That's where I'm trying to get to, and the task goes from where, God, same exact pattern both times.
So you can, you know, jump over him with bombs? Anyhow?
Yeah, the task sets up a 8-bomb, basically staircase going across the entire thing. It's pretty crazy. I'm trying to carry him with me this
So
time.
are you saying computer is better than you?
Yeah, unfortunately. For now. Who knows?
For now, yeah.
All right. I've kind of had it with this guy, so let's see if he does the same thing again or not. All right, whatever. Let's walk past him. All right, we're good. So like I said, worst floor in the game. There's a reason for it. That one's not too bad. That guy is typically always in the same spot, always facing the same way. So if you're just walking straight, usually you just go right past him. And then there's a chance one more can spawn, but he didn't. All right, good.
So we were talking about off stream of this, but are you a fan of like Bomberman series in general, especially the 361?
That one doesn't exist.
Oh,
There's never been a 360 Bomberman, and there never will be. On a serious note, though, I think my favorite Bomberman games overall are the 3 N64 ones.
Three?
If you've never, yes, there's 3 of them.
all released on like PAL and TSC in Japan?
Yep.
Oh.
So there's Bomberman Hero, Bomberman 64, and there's Bomberman the Second Attack, which most people haven't
Oh,
heard of.
Oh yeah, that's the expensive card.
It's because there's like, I swear, there's 12 of them in the entire world.
12.
But yeah, if you look on eBay, they're like 100, 200 bucks. It's hard to get a copy. All right, so this is the final boss. This is Altair.
Altair?
Altair.
Altair?
Sure.
Suddenly Assassin's Creed.
So he looks like a mini boss, and that's pretty much what he is. So guess what we can do?
Throw him.
Yeah, we're gonna kill him really, really quickly.
Is the time coming up?
Yep. Not quite yet. So we're just gonna make him bounce himself off, basically. All right, time is coming up. I'll let you know when. So we defeated him, so he gets all angry, and Vega, his little servant robot here, he's gonna transform with him and become this like super ultra badass. And he looks super, super cool. He's gonna take me down, except I have control before he does, so I'm just gonna kick a bomb and pick him up. And he's done. And time.
I love how you can just throw off the bosses.
Yeah.
What's the time?
Yeah, not bad for what, 5 deaths?
Yeah.
I got trolled pretty hard on that one stage.
Yeah. Hey, thank you. That was awesome.
That was fun. I enjoyed that. Thanks for commenting. But yeah, if you guys are interested in getting to this game at all, your go-to spot should be speedrun.com, Bomberman64, the page for that. There you'll find everyone's runs, you'll find everyone who runs this game, and you'll also find the link for our Discord. And you guys can jump right in and ask us questions. We had someone just jump in our Discord a couple days ago, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember to follow Slucky on Twitter and Twitch. If you have anything to ask, hit him on Twitter.
What do we got next?
What do we got next? Ah, Cornerstone.
Song of Tyrion.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.